Hello, hello, Michelle Lee here, your spiritual mentor and coach. Supporting you. I wanted to jump in today. I feel so inspired and so excited about this topic, about the 3 pillars of becoming fifth dimensional. And it's been over my career of coaching that I have been cultivating these pillars unknowingly for decades. So I wanted to jump in here and I'm going to talk a little bit about those 4 pillars and how they work together. And then we're going to focus on one major pillar and something that you can do today that will increase your vibration and bring you into closer to the 5th dimension, right? And that's breaking the spell of powerlessness that you probably don't even know you're casting unconsciously. So let's jump into those 3 pillars before we get into we get into stopping the spell of powerlessness. So the first pillar is aligning with your divine power / wholeness. Aligning with your divine power and wholeness. I see it as kind of a triangle. Yeah, I have a triangle right behind me. The top of that triangle is your divine power / wholeness. How do you access that? That is pillar number 1. You want to be in your divine power and your wholeness to resonate at the 5th dimension. How do we do that? Well, we integrate our shadow, right? Wholeness requires that we look at all parts of ourselves and integrate that power. Our shadow holds so much of our divine power that we simply can't access it if we don't integrate it, right? If we're willing to close our eyes or ignore aspects of ourselves, we can't actually access that power. That power brings us into a resonant match to the 5th dimension. Now, the bottom corner of the triangle, I have a triangle right there. The bottom corner of that triangle is unity. Unity. So how do we bring unity? How do we become unified within ourselves and with others? We heal those 4 core wounds. We heal the 4 core wounds. If you've been following me at all, you know that I've done lots and lots of work. Welcome, Gail. So glad to have you here. Healing those 4 core wounds, which are shame, guilt, fear of rejection, and fear of abandonment. We can't be unified within ourselves or unified with others if we feel ashamed or guilty. We tend to hide that stuff in the shadow, right? So you can see how shadow integration and the 4 core wound healing work is related, and how that becoming whole and unified are also related. So healing those 4 core wounds and releasing the fear of rejection and the fear of abandonment, which if you're human, we carry some of those woundings, right? It comes with being born into the 3rd dimension on this planet. And it also creates separation. So when we fear being abandoned or fear being rejected, we break the unification within ourselves, because we will often deny ourselves or abandon ourselves in order to be loved by someone else. So healing those wounds, those are low vibrational fears. Guilt and shame are also the lowest vibration, lowest frequencies in the 3D. So holding on to those consciously or unconsciously keeps us from resonating at the 5th dimension. So healing those 2 things. And then the 3rd corner of the triangle, if we see that triangle right there, is sovereignty. Being your own being free at all levels, being free, energetically free, free from reacting to the outside world. And what we do to support that freedom at an energetic level is the area I like to call ritual and prayer. And when I'm talking about prayer, I'm not talking about asking some unseen force for favor. I'm talking about declarative prayer. I'm talking about the words we speak are the spells that we put out to the world. All of the words we speak are spells that we put out to the world. So even when we don't realize that we are praying, every word is a declaration. It's a vibration that we're putting out into the world. And doing rituals owns that power as well, right? Whatever that ritual is, I put my makeup on every morning. That's a ritual to me. I love it. I have my hot beverage, I'm listening to a great book, or I'm listening to music, and I like to say I'm decorating my face. That is a ritual to me. Sitting down and having a cup of hot tea and reading a book, that is a self-care ritual. There's also rituals that I do when it comes to doing medicine, doing some hape, for instance. I have a certain ritual I go through. The rituals work with the subconscious mind. It sets the intention. It recognizes that when I set the intention and I direct my energy in one direction or another, that I'm making a change within myself. When I change within myself, I change the world around me. So sovereignty is very, very important. All three of these pillars or pieces of the triangle work together to raise our vibration. Because if we're carrying, if we're not integrating our shadow, it means we have hidden shame and guilt. And then we can't even recognize our own power, the power of our words, and the power of our intentions and ritual. So they all work together. And those are the three pillars or three foundational pieces of becoming 5D, the fifth dimension. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how we're casting a spell of powerlessness without knowing it. And this goes under the heading of sovereignty, and how we become sovereign in our daily life to raise our vibration. So this is about the words we speak. And two powerful words that are, is it two words? Three words, right? Three powerful words that we use that actually drains us of our power is I have to. Or have to, two words, I have to. I have to go to work. I have to go to the store. I have to go get gas. I have to go pick up the kids. I have to pay this bill, right? All of that sounds like you don't have a choice, which means you are powerless. So, which means like you have no choice and you're powerless. You're not sovereign. The truth is you are choosing to do all of those things. You are choosing to go to work because, one, you want to pay your bills. Think about this. Really play with this in your mind or even in your journal. If you say, I have to go to work, really look at that. Do you have to go to work? You could actually stay home, right? And not work at all. And so you choose to go to work so you can pay these bills or live this lifestyle. You choose this lifestyle, so you go to work and you create the income for this lifestyle. You are free to make another choice. You can choose another lifestyle and choose to work less. If you say, I have to go pick up my kids, I choose to pick up my kids, or I get to pick up my kids, right? Because maybe you pick up your kids and that can be used as a time of connecting and bonding with your children. See what energy you bring to it when you just change the words that you use, because every word is a vibration. If you just take a moment now to say, I have to, anything, right? It feels dense in your body. You can feel the difference in vibration. If you say, I choose to go to this job. I choose this quality of life or this lifestyle. Feel how that feels in your body. Even, let's take something that most everybody doesn't enjoy, right? Like, I have to pay taxes. I have to pay my taxes. Feel how that feels. None of us have to pay taxes. We choose to pay taxes, right? Even if you choose to pay taxes, you can change it. Some people choose to pay taxes to avoid certain circumstances or certain consequences. I choose to pay my taxes because I'm an active contributor to this country or to the community around me. Feel the energy in that. Feel the shift in the frequency in your body. Just notice how the words that you use are a vibration within you. We often use so many powerless words, and that's casting a spell. We're sending out a vibration with the words that we use, and we're creating with that. We're affecting other people with that vibration. We're affecting ourselves with that vibration. People respond to that vibration, right? You might be like a really conscious individual spiritually, and you don't even realize that some of the words you say trigger powerlessness in other people, and they come back and say something else which is negative, and you're like, man, they're so negative. I don't like to be around them. And you're not aware that your own words triggered that negativity. Some other powerless words are, I can't, right? I can't pay that right now because I need to build a savings. If we go into greater sovereignty and greater power, I choose not to pay for that right now because I feel that it's more in alignment for me to put more money into savings right now. Instead of I can't, in choosing that powerlessness. And just notice how that feels. So eliminating I have to, no matter what it is, figure out how you're choosing to do that, because you have the power to choose. You have the power to choose. And you are making that choice because you're either choosing certain consequences, you're choosing to certain consequences, or you're choosing away from other consequences. Moving forward, choosing to is even a higher vibration and creates an even greater sense of sovereignty. So choosing why you are paying this. So I have to pay my bill. Actually, I choose to pay my bills because it increases my credit score and it gives me greater freedom in borrowing money. Ooh, that feels good. That feels empowering, doesn't it? I can't buy that car right now because I have to save my money for this thing. Ugh, it feels heavy. Just notice how that feels. So eliminating those words and finding the path of where you're moving to is an act of sovereignty. It's an act of sovereignty. When you do not react to the outside world, no matter what's going on in the outside world, what you see on the news, what you hear from your neighbors, whatever it is, when you have a reaction, and we all have reactions instantly, right? But the sooner we can catch that and go, oh, I am peace. I am the power in the presence of peace. I'm the power in the presence of fulfillment, of satisfaction, of harmony. When you make that decision and you become living in the world and not of it, that is an act of sovereignty there too, right? Instead of being in reactionary mode. All right, everyone. I hope this supports. If you're watching this on YouTube, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, head on over. We'll link it in the bottom. But I'd love to hear how you are going to use this tool in eliminating the phrase "I have to" or "have to" and "can't" out of your system, so that you can be in alignment with the sovereignty that is required in 5D. And I'll be coming back in here with teachings on more of the pillars, ways that you can activate. I will be activating all those pillars of wholeness, unity, and prayer and ritual, sovereignty. And I would love to hear in the comments from you how you're utilizing these tools already. How does it support you? All right, everyone, have an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Mwah. Bye for now.